Welcome to Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Reviews. I'm your host, Lindsay, and this is Jon, risking his liver to discover new whiskeys. We base our reviews on a 25-point scale, 5 for the smell, 10 for the taste, 5 for the finish, and a combined 5 for the bottle and look of the juice.
Alright, so we have not so blind samples. We're getting a lot of samples from more people, so we're probably going to do like 2 a video now. These ones, one from Jeff, a friend of ours, and one from Michael. They are similar. They're from the same brand, so we have Green Spot, 80 proof over here, which is like a straw color. And we have a different colored spot over here, which...
Blue Spot.
Blue Spot.
I don't know why you can't remember that. This is their cast strength. So I actually found a pretty good...
Did I just see a fried egg on there?
Yeah, there's fried eggs. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Anyways. So Spot Whiskey today is owned by Irish distillers Pernod Ricard and has been one of the Irish whiskey labels that have been able to remain in continuous production during the ups and downs of the Irish whiskey story. While Green Spot, single pot distilled, aged between 7 to 10 years in sherry casks and bourbon barrels, has been their consistent, the comeback has allowed the brand to reintroduce to the world several of its discontinued offerings. So Yellow Spot was reintroduced in 2012 as their 12-year bourbon with sherry and additional Malaga wine cask.
No idea.
Added to the blend. Red Spot in 2018 aged at least 15 years in bourbon and sherry with Marsala wine cask aged.
Another Marsala.
So like Panama, that's weird. And most recently in 2020 saw Blue Spot reemerge into the lineup, aged at least 7 years in bourbon and sherry cask with Portuguese Madeira cask aged spirit blended.
Okay, so these are up there in price along with Redbreast, some of them even higher. Do you know what Green Spot is?
So Green Spot is 80 proof, pot aged distilled. Now, it was kind of funny, I was reading a little bit more about this. I'm getting this from the Whiskey Wash, which is another site that we use all the time. But they said that there's no age statement stated on there, but they say that it's 7 to 10 years, and they think that that's just because if they do end up having to go down to like 4 to 7 years if their stock starts to deplete, a lot of people made the assumption that they just put it as a non-age statement so that they could just drop it down without having to reintroduce the label.
Well, Irish whiskey does have a lot of regulations, so I don't know what their ages can be. So, I know they can add color. I'm not sure which ones do.
Blue Spot is their cask strength version, and it is 117.4 proof. Is that what that one is? Yes. And it says that that's going to vary from batch to batch, obviously, as it is a cask strength batch.
Does it say it varies?
Yes.
Okay, because they can batch it and they can proof it down just a little bit to keep the cask strength.
And then single pot still aged at least 7 years in ex-sherry and new and refilled bourbon barrels. As well as Portuguese Madeira wine cask. And that is SRP of $95.
That's a little up there, but not bad. What did you say the price on this one was?
$69.
Okay, they're both up there with the Redbreast, but they smell better actually.
Well, there you go.
Let's get into them.
Let's go. Are you gonna
What color spot is this? I forgot. Green?
So Jon has green and I have blue.
Oh, this has some like tropical fruits, like
this
light.
Too. This has like a light pineapple.
Yeah. Pineapples, like grilled pineapple maybe?
No, this is like...
Maybe a little papaya.
Fresh pineapple that's been sitting in the fridge for a day or two. Like, you pull it out and it just has that nice, soft pineapple.
We're talking about just one, just so we don't get it confused. So, just chill on that one. I get pineapple, grilled pineapple, honeydew. It's that light melon.
That's cantaloupe.
I don't get cantaloupe. I get
like
maybe papaya.
Ripe cantaloupe.
Papaya, stuff like that. Honey.
I get honey.
Definitely vanilla, which seems to be a trend in Irish.
I do get
strong vanilla.
I get like the pineapple that's like When you do like pineapple upside down cake, like
You
the
always say
cooked
that.
caramel. I know, but that's the smell.
Mm.
Vanilla cake with caramelized pineapple. That's what I get.
This one wasn't finished, was it? I don't remember. I didn't listen to you.
Oh, go away. Ex sherry cask.
Really?
And refill bourbon barrels.
Okay, that's normal for Irish. So Irish had a down moment. A lot of them disappeared in like the 90s, early 2000s. It was not a lot of distilleries. Jameson, all the major brands were around, but it's starting to re-emerge.
So it says, which is actually funny that you say that because that's included in their thing, is that everyone loves a comeback story, and the whiskey story is one of the most palatable ingredients in a whiskey tasting experience. The Irish whiskey comeback story begins at the beginning of whiskey. The Irish like to claim that they are duly credited for the first distilling what we know now as whiskey and sharing the knowledge of how to do so with the Scottish and eventually the rest of the world. Through various ebb and flow, Irish whiskey was once the most popular spirit in the world. After its zenith changing taste, wars, trade embargoes, and prohibition in the United States had forced distilleries to shutter or consolidate to the point of there being only 2 left producing, and they joined together in 1972. Mm-hmm. The latest chapter of this saga and a hero's journey of a return and triumph. While it still has a long way to go to regain the top spot of popularity in the spirit world, Irish whiskey has been amongst the fastest growing spirits in the world for a number of years now. This resurgence has created a need for new characters to enter the stage, but also many old players, a time to shine again. Again, from the Whiskey Wash.
So I will say, this has that honeydew, and I do get the cantaloupe on the taste.
I get a very cantaloupe-y, almost yeasty. It's very grainy to me. Malty, maybe. I don't know if that's
a little bit of malt, but
it's so weird though that it's cantaloupe. I don't know.
It's so tropical for a whiskey.
Yeah.
I get a little charriness in there in the back. The sides of my tongues, I get some of that burnt wood.
Astringency.
You said it was sherry, ex-sherry?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a ton of that kind of flavors in there.
Maybe the ex-sherry isn't doing to that what it does to bourbon. Maybe it's making that fruitier.
Maybe.
Just as an Irish. I don't know.
I'm impressed. It's actually my favorite Irish so far.
Pretty good.
It's very light, very refreshing.
Yeah,
Most
it's
refreshing
very
whiskey I've ever
That's
had.
one thing I will say. I've had, I mean, we don't have like a broad spectrum of Irish. Not a huge fan of Jameson. I'm not hating on it, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Decent.
I could do without Jameson, but this is
up until
Irish
Redbreast and now Green Spot, I could have done without Irish, but both are really good.
Irish is very intriguing to me as to what it is and does. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, let's go on to the other spot.
This is Blue Spot.
Blue.
Because John doesn't know colors, apparently.
Or
doesn't listen.
Colorblind.
Stop it.
Or can't read.
You're rude. So this one is Melanie again. It's very, I'm going to say honeydew. It's not as promoted. It's very honeydew and pineapple. It's a little more muted melon than that one is. Muted melon. Okay. All right, Lindsay. It's good though. Just like that one, but it's a little more in depth for me.
I can smell the wood on this one.
I was going to say I can smell oak on that one instead of
some light berries. But the melon is like the main nosing note I get on it. Mm-hmm. Cantaloupe, honeydew. Along the same lines, but with like more wood and berry to me.
Yeah. How can I berry?
It's very light.
But I get a very light honeydew, a nice honey.
It's blueberry to me.
I could see that. It's like blueberry fields, like when you pull up and there's that faint blueberry smell. Yeah.
Springtime.
I can't wait to go pick
It is spring here, but it is supposed to snow tomorrow, so gotta love Michigan. Spicy?
I took a big old swig of that.
Mm.
I forgot it was cast strength. That was a bad
Ooh,
mistake.
that has like a little sourness to it. Spicy. Definitely like a cinnamon in there. A little black pepper. That's the spiciest Irish I've ever had. Not that I've had any higher proof Irish.
This tastes like a ripe honeydew. Why do these taste like melons?
I don't know. It's got to be their distillate.
Not in a bad way at all.
I love melons.
I love
honeydew and cantaloupe.
and watermelons.
Watermelon.
I hate you.
I love when jokes just come out and I don't even realize it.
You just turned red. You're funny. So I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just really thrown off by the fact that I'm tasting melon. Like,
It's
I didn't
spicy,
want to
though.
say, oh, this is melon. But it's
got
like
like
a really ripe honeydew.
It's got like a saltiness to it too, like a brininess.
Yeah. There's a little bit of brine in the back of my throat. This one definitely burns a little bit. I took a big old gulp of it, forgetting that it was cast strength. But it's really good. It's very well balanced. It's still pretty smooth. It hits you pretty hard right away. And it does have a nice pepperiness to it. But
yeah,
still really, really melon. Very nice and balanced though.
The wood didn't come through as much as I thought it would, but it's there.
I'm getting vanilla too. Are you getting vanilla? Like toasty.
You know,
I'm getting toasted wood with vanilla.
I got it on the nose of both of them, but I don't taste it on this one. This one I do. I don't get it as much.
Maybe that's just my finish, but my finish is more turning into like toasty vanilla.
I can tell you this quickly became my favorite Irish brand.
Yeah.
Prices though, would I pay them? Maybe once a year on St. Patty's Day.
Go out and buy a nice Irish.
I like the red breast, but we can get by with the 3-pack every year.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do stuff like that. Be fun.
We'll have to look it up.
Be expensive.
Well, you know. Okay, so.
What cask did you say this was? New and used bourbon and Madeira?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that Madeira-y.
Portuguese Madeira wine.
It's
cask.
opening up to that sweet blueberries and other stuff.
Oh, I just got caramel on it.
Caramel, yeah. Caramel.
All right, thoughts?
I love them. Which one would you pick? They're equal to me.
For the sake of the fact that I feel like this one would be yours and this one would be mine. Just for the fact that this is hotter than this one.
Actually, I think they're equal to me. But warm summer night.
Yeah.
The hotter one is a nice fall night.
I can see that. Sitting by a fire up in a cabin somewhere.
Yeah.
Nice chilly breeze.
A rainy Ireland-like weather.
Yeah. That'd be nice. A girl
We kind of had that today. 40s and rainy.
And he kept dragging me everywhere.
Yeah. Well.
Rude. Well, all right. Thank you again, Michael and Jeff. We were super excited about this. Something different.
They
and
were
it
really
was just
good.
really coincidental that they both sent us a spot. So.
Forgot what colors, but red and purple?
Green and blue.
What
All
color does
right.
that make? Turquoise?
I don't know. Sure. So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share us to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.